This is what I think, people, that America is being sabotaged. Not only by its people, these are traitors because you think about it, the Republicans and the Democrats don't get along for whatever reason, even though we're in the same country, right? We live in the same country, citizens live in the same country, and it looks like they don't like each other for some reason, but the people that pay the most, that are in anguish, are the citizens of the country. And another thing is that before, right, America was all right, right? Like we didn't have so much problems with all these little wars popping up until now. But I remember back then that you remember Bush, right? The Bushes. I think it was the Bush, and then was his son that became president, and they always went to the United Kingdom to meet with that Queen Elizabeth. People always say that she was like the devil. It probably was. I don't know. When she was a devil worshiper, but I noticed that he was always taking trip to the United Kingdom, right, and be with that Queen Elizabeth. But I'm sure that we was paying all our taxes to the British Empire, right? If you think about it, the British Empire was the greatest empire during that time, right? Now I don't know what time because I got bad memory, but the British was the British Empire, and I think since the British are losing its power, and now the force of the world is America. So I think the British Empire got something against the United States and its people, because the British don't like the white folks. If you should know that by now, that white folks are not liked by British, and the white folks should know that they don't like her. But remember, these white folks here in America, they're defectors from Europe. When the war broke out, when these people defected, really they didn't defect, they let these people go out to explore other countries and settle, but they had to pay homage to the empire, right, which was the British Empire. And the Queen and King from the United Kingdom, they wanted to collect taxes from these people that were in the New World, which was America, which is America now, right? The empire still wanted to collect taxes, and they didn't want to collect taxes. They didn't want to go back. They wanted to live free because Europe was charging them too many taxes, and most of them were these criminals and all these things, right? And they want to leave because they have freedom in the New World, and they wanted to start a new either country, a settlement on their own with their own new laws without paying homage to the empire, the British Empire, the European Empire, which they came from, which I would say they defected. That's why the British doesn't like the white American here, the white Caucasian. They lost ties, they lost traditions, they don't click like they used to or were before, right? So they have lost ties, don't got nothing to do. So I think that this British Empire with all these NATO allies that are together have something against the United States. And one thing is that the American dollar is the strongest dollar in the world now. Everything you do, you have to do it in American dollars. That's one thing. And that's why I don't get is the American dollar is so strong. How is it that the euro dollar pays more in the exchange, but the American dollar is supposed to be supreme, but they pay more in exchange on the European dollar? That's what I don't get. If you travel and you went to other countries, you notice that when you exchange American dollars, you get like 50. And you look an exchange on a euro dollar and a European dollar, you get 60. And I thought American dollar supposed to be the strongest, and that's how people conduct their business on the American dollar. But they still pay more exchange to the euro dollar. Because I've seen it everywhere I look. How is it that the euro gets more money in exchange and the dollar gets less, and we're supposed to be the one on top, and the dollar supposed to be the almighty and the supreme? So I think the problem is, since all these European countries are losing their might against the United States, they got some animosity that they want the United States always to be in the front wars. They supply these wars and ignite these wars, and then they want the American people or the United States to get involved in these wars. I think they want to trap us into some kind of war, a civil war, and that's why a lot of things are happening. Strangely, I think, to the United States. I think they want us to collide with each other and bring chaos to the United States, because Europe is in ruins right now. Europe is in chaos, right? The economy is shot. People are too old, and nobody is practically doing anything. No development. Development went down, and all these tariff wars created more and more problems with them. And that's why I think Donald Trump wants to detach himself from NATO, right? And the European allies, because, it's chaos. And we always put more than what they put. We put 5%, they're only putting 3%. And Donald Trump said he don't want to do that no more, that he wants everybody to put equal amount of money into the military. And if you're going to go out, and if we're going to fight together as one. But America's always putting itself first, and the first people that got to go is American troops. And American people don't want that anymore. We don't want these wars, right? And Donald Trump want to stop the wars, and these people want to keep on supplying the wars. And there's a lot of things going on, right? He don't want to get involved, but he wants to make money, and he's selling military equipment to Europe, and Europe goes and sell it to someone else or lends it out or whatever. And these wars continue, and they always want America to get involved, where they're the ones igniting these wars. And remember, Europe started all this. Everything started with European countries going out and making colonies and settling other countries and taxing them to pay them homage. And that's the problem now. And since Europe is falling, they want America to fall down as well. And being that America is not as falling down as they expected, they just keep on bringing things up for America to collide with other countries and other nations of other backgrounds of religions and things like that. Like right now, we have problems with religion and things like that. And we're taking a lot of people out. And I think we need to do that, because we don't know what can happen with these other countries that are already here. They might, start a outbreak with arms, civil war, and, create something catastrophic that we can't control. I think it's better get them out now before anything, and keep the people that was here from the beginning of time, when we was developing the country, and people that fought for this country and sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears, where other people that come in, they're getting all these benefits without really risking anything. They haven't done any sacrifice to get what America has to offer. That's why America's got to stop handing out our rights, our privileges, our benefits to any other race that didn't do anything for this country, that did not sacrifice, and coming here and getting all these handouts for free. The end of that has got to stop, and it's got to change, and that's what Donald Trump is doing. And everybody agrees now. It's for the first time that I'm seeing that Black Americans and the Puerto Ricans are not involved in this. They're just sitting back and letting this course take course. That, that Donald Trump is in charge, and the white folks in charge, and they got to do what they got to do. They got to clean up house, because they're the ones in charge, and they had let this in because Democrats and Republicans are fighting each other. And, they should hold these people accountable for, because they're the ones that created this chaos because everything in their minds, nothing, no problem with anything, only Donald Trump. Donald Trump is their problem. Donald Trump is their nail on their rectum, on their front forehead. You know, all they dream and think is Donald Trump. They wake up, Donald Trump. You know, they go to the bathroom, Donald Trump. Donald Trump is in everybody's mind, of these Republicans, all these liberals or whatever. Everybody that supports all these immigrants, all these religion that came here, that we don't have nothing to do with it. We don't click with these people. At least we will click if they just get along and stop bashing the country that let them in and have them have tranquility, like I say, and an easy life for them, that they could sleep in a nice comfortable bed instead of sleeping on rocks on the floor, you know, on infested waters or whatever, not with mosquitoes or whatever, not, you know, sleeping with their goats or whatever. They goats. Oh, well, who knows, right? But anyway, that's what I mean, people. People got to respect the way America does things and follow through. Because if you cannot understand our way of living, you should just go to another country and try to live your life. Right now, you're getting replaced. Nobody wants anyone else anymore because of these problems. You know, the difference of different people that don't understand the way of life in different countries, especially America, you're not going to fit in. And the people that have been here, the locals that have sacrificed, they're not going to let you fit in if you start putting America down. People, and with that, I'll let you go and you think about that.